Well, it is the start of another week, and we are back to chilly temperatures in the shop. But fine by me. I'll throw a hoodie on, and I usually operate better in these kind of temperatures anyways. So, unfortunately, the only thing that doesn't seem to work well in these temps is paint drying. Luckily for me, though, all this paint is, well, should be dry, at least. Of course, it's tacky on those spots yet. Should have figured that, but for the majority of it's dry. I was really planning on this being dry so I could put carpet in tonight. Oh, that sucks. But anyways, we can at least move ahead somewhat, I guess, and I'll put at least the wiring back on this side here and get it clipped back into the seam weld and pinch weld or whatever you want to call it. I do have some wires I gotta put through the bottom of the car into the top of the car to run towards the front of the car. So I think before I put that side back together, I am going to do that so I can run that wiring in there. And maybe even run the wire for the CB in there if it'll reach. But shoot, I was definitely planning on putting carpet in tonight. That kind of sucks. That's not cured. Everywhere, I'm guessing where I did the seam sealer is going to be sticky. So that kind of blows. I can at least go to my original plan, I guess, somewhat for the evening, and getting back to kind of what I was saying. The seat here, this is the back seat, upper back seat. Where it bolts the floor, I was going to wire brush this, clean it up, because obviously they never painted it from the factory, which you never really needed to, but it's kind of rusty, so I was going to clean it up and at least throw some rebuild on her and never have to worry about it rusting again. It's going to do that. I don't think there's really anything on the bottom of that seat, and then the front seat where it bolts to the floor there on the car, I was going to blast those ones as well. And like I say, I was hoping that it would be a little bit warmer so I could bolt this stuff in tonight. But with the carpet not being dry, I don't think, or the seam sealer stuff not being dry, I don't think that's going to be an option. So I'll at least get the this stuff, I guess, painted, drying, or whatever you want to call it. I do got to fix a spring in that seat as well. So I guess I can do that. I'll throw the car up on the lift and blast the underside with paint while I'm, I guess, waiting for that to dry. So, well, that kind of blows. I was really hoping for that to be dry. Well, I got the fan in there blowing around, and with an hopeful effort to make the car maybe dry a little bit or cure. So I'm betting all this is it's all just tacky. So with any luck, maybe that'll speed something up or do something. Hopefully. I see I didn't get the wire loom tucked away on that side, so I'll have to redo that, but at least got the all set up here so I could start doing a piss poor wire brush job on this. So I'll at least get this done so eventually when that does dry I can put it in, I guess. mail. We got ourselves an update now. Bottom of the seat is all black. That is just done once it dries. The little seat brackets on the back seat is on its second coat, will be drying currently. The seat sliders themselves, I didn't record painting these because it's kind of a pain in the ass to paint them. But these are the first coat on these. And we'll get those in a second coat tonight, so those are dry, so then I can put the seat back together tonight, or not tonight, tomorrow. Might as well let them, well, hopefully let them cure up so they're dry tomorrow to touch. I got the fan just a-chooching along, maybe to do something about this. Maybe to do some sort of something, because this stuff is every single thing where the seam sealer is, it's so sticky the carpet will literally like glue itself down. Also, while I was waiting, I did end up running the CB wires all throughout the trunk, down the fender tub there, and in that chassis loom. And then I just got it draped over the steering wheel for now till I can look up in there to see how to route it and all that good stuff, because obviously I still got to put the CB in it somewhere. I'm probably going to end up getting rid of the ashtray. We'll see. That's a later down the road project. I just thought it'd be a good idea to run the wiring and hide it nice and neat like while I had the all the carpets out of it, I should say. I'm probably going to yet rack this up and raise it up and probably spray the underside tonight. Blast the paint on that, because at least then I got that going for me. And I guess while I was rooting around in the trunk there, I was digging out and I got the water pump pulley and the crank pulley out, because I'm going to run out of stuff to do here pretty quick, so I might as well wash these babies up in the parts cleaner there, get all the grease and grime off of them, and then I'll throw those in the sandblaster over there and blast them up and do some restoration black on them as well. So I went and busted out the old paint rack, and well, if I'm going to have that out, I might as well blast bits and pieces that are going to be black. Like, I'm not sure this is the timing cover we're going to use, but that's going to be painted black as well. If I don't already have one that is black, I don't really know. But I got it out, I might as well use it. Well, we're wrapping up the night with a floor that's one color, the correct color. And did end up throwing some black on some spots. Actually, I ended up killing the can of black too, so I wasn't about to start shaking a new can tonight after I got the orange done, or the cream, or whatever the hell color that is. I wasn't about to start shaking another can, so I'll come back to the black tomorrow when I go to lower the car. This can actually get shut off now. This should all be just about dry. Everything over here has the final coat of black on it. Give these springs a quick tug, make sure they are not going to dry stuck together. Not like it really matters, but that'll be cool to put all this back together tomorrow under the seat. And then I'll have to put the seat somewhere before I can actually put it on. Suppose I should talk about this. The wheels, you might have seen them in the last video. You'll definitely see them in the clips before because, well, I was trying to hide these as do like a little surprise kind of a deal that, hey, this is wheels for the car. I think these are going to be the nice wheels I run on the car when I'm driving it. Obviously, gotta determine whether I want to go through the process of getting all this black paint off of here, because these are originally the slate steel wheels, or if I want to just leave them black, freshen them up, clean them up, freshen them up, and then redo the red ring around. Obviously, I'll sand off the little Bassett sticker there because I do like that part of them. Tire size isn't a final decision on those, though. I do plan on going a little bit bigger. If they do come about, I would like to get the 8-inch wheels that inboard them a little bit more. It's about the same offset, but inboard on the car a little bit more. It'll just fill out the car a little bit better. I think I would like to get those 8-inch wheels, but until I find a good deal on them. There you can see these were originally silver wheels, but I got all 4 of them on there now. I only had a couple on there. There's another. You can see they're silver. And you can also see there used to be that red line on there. Somebody painted them black. Ouch. I think it actually is paint too, not plasti dip, unfortunately. So maybe bleep bloop that down the bottom there and we'll talk it over. I've been staring at them for a while now, trying to determine what I want to do, so I don't really know. All I do know is I want that red line on there, so if they go black, it'd be a lot easier because it's just do another dust coat over this, which would actually clean up like the little scratches and the little rust spot right there. And obviously where the old wheel weights were, and then it just ever so slightly do a sanding on that, or maybe just redo it in general. I don't know. We'll see. But that is what's going on with these wheels on this car. That is the look I'm going for with these, at least with the wheel wise. I mean, nothing beats a dirt track wheel on a G-body, so. We are back in the garage after doing a couple other odds and ends here today. It's my half day today at work. Did a couple odds and ends. My tire pile over there area, somewhere over there. I restacked the stock 14s for this car. No reason to have them in the garage. I really don't need them in here. Took another set and put them up for sale just because, again, I don't need them. I'd much prefer to have money, so did all that this morning, or early this afternoon, I guess. It's been this afternoon since I've been home, but I'm willing to bet that the underside of this car is now like the interior of this car, where it's nice and dry, you know, nice and dry, except for, oh, it's about the same. You can kind of hear that. So I'm willing to bet the inside of the car is not any drier. Got that going for me. So I guess I will put all of this goodness back on the seat here today. That's all dry. And I'll start working on wiring up this little solenoid activated device here. Gotta run these wires up through the floor. I gotta find a hole or a spot to make a hole to run that up through the floor. So then they gotta get wired in. And yeah, look at my new springs are all covered in overspray. But we'll get to at least doing something here while we are waiting for still paint to dry. I might even go as far as to throw the fan in the window, like maybe the box fan over there or something. I don't know. I might even just let the car down and roll it outside. It's pretty warm out. Maybe I'll do that first, actually. I don't know. I'm at a loss because I need the shit to dry before I can continue working on the shit. So things you can't really just make up. I rolled this 5 feet and then both of the seat brackets fell off. So I'm sure those are scratched now. Did get the seat outside and the car is outside. It's definitely warmer outside than in the garage, so maybe with any luck that'll do something. I don't know. It seems like it's better than last night, but man, I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss here, guys. I don't know any other way to make that dry faster, so. And anyways, we will put the seat back together while we're waiting, so we'll at least do that and give you something to watch here, so. Well, we had to do a little bit of super sleuthing here and maybe look back at some old videos and whatnot, because I didn't really remember where all this hooked up, and in the recent video that I shot of taking it apart, you really can't see anything because I did a time lapse just like I did putting it back together. So shame on me, I guess, but I think I got it. Plus this spring was never on here. So I'm thinking I got it. Everything seems to work, so as you, let me set you down here for a second. All right, I got it reset so it's forward, right? I don't know, not like that matters. But let me put you on the stand here, actually. It's kind of neat. Woo. Cooperate with me. All right, we got you on the stand. The phone did not, or the stand did not want to cooperate, but you got to get this so you can see both of them at once here. Because, ba-bam! I think that's how it's supposed to work. This end of the spring was rusted off, so, you know, it makes sense that it'd be on the foot where it was rusted off. And I could see where this spring went. The only thing logically that made sense for the cable here was right here, because it's on the mechanism. And this side is pretty self-explanatory. It was basically you got to have spring tension that way, and I never took this spring off of this one. But it all works like it's supposed to. So if I had a car that wanted to cooperate and had carpet in it, I could put this seat right in the car. But I don't have that. So I guess it's just going to sit in the sun and bake like the rest of it. Because, you know, now that it's in the sun, the paint is still kind of tacky. It doesn't have that nice dry paint feel that you would have after it's sitting for a couple days. Given this is only 24 hours old. I also never tightened that bolt. Yeah, I didn't tighten that one either. Alrighty. So you get live time watching me do this. Bet you it works a little bit better now. Silly me. Good deal. Now it's got some spring tension on her. Sweet. Cool beans. Well, like I was just saying, back to being at a standstill. The back seat's done, the front seat's done. And, well, I probably could do the seat belts themselves, because those also mount to that. Maybe I'll pop a peek at them. I did, like I was saying, I dropped the seat brackets there, so maybe I'll touch them spots up with the old rattle can while I'm waiting here. But you guys don't need to see that, so. Did do a little bit of putzing after we got the car back in here. Popped the manifolds off. Not really much of anything else though. Onward to guys' night. The important thing about building a car, not only stripping weight, yeah, but also getting rid of emissions. Well, we are on another day. Hard to believe, but nothing's dry yet. Probably going to try using like a milk house heater, a little electric heater in there. But did try something new, or rather did something new. Pull all the plugs out of this baby. And that is, well, here, I'll do this quick. And we're back. Got them all on the bench here. This is your even side. This is your odd side. And not that it's really worthy of noting or mentioning or whatever, but I think it's kind of neat. Most of these plugs are rusty. That one's actually completely mashed in, which is kind of neat. But yeah, these are the plugs out of the engine. These two actually look like they're running pretty decent. I mean, the electrode's a little bit dirty, but who knows if it's been sitting like that. As is that one. And then did a couple other odds and ends on this thing tonight. Obviously drained the block drains on it and got that ready to start doing other things to it, I should say. Grab all my transmission crossmember bolts off this engine and put them not up there. Or just my transmission bolts, I should say. This is for future Joey. Those are transmission bolts. But I did take the oil pressure sender, temp sender out, just so those don't get broke in the future here or whatever. And yeah, we might move ahead on the motor here, or that motor there, or both of them, or do a little something at least while we're waiting for that. At least get you guys some sort of content. We are doing some outside projects, so probably be in here recording once it gets dark out like tonight, but probably start taking all this off, and at least I'll try to get some good videos of that so I know how the hell it goes back together. Like another thing for Joey. This is how this goes. Manifold goes in there, obviously. And this went up here, I think. I don't know. But yeah, we will at least do that. Get something out of the ordeal, or whatever you want to call it, of waiting for seam sealer to dry. It's a little chilly in here tonight. But yeah, that's all I got for you tonight. I'm gonna go in and get cleaned up, get ready for tomorrow.